Hey there. So we are on Colossians 3 today. Yesterday, we were talking about, what's it jump over there? Right? See that no one takes you captive through philosophy and empty deception according to the tradition of men, according to the elementary principles of the world, and not according to Christ. Going on a lot today. Very few churches, less than 2%, are actually preaching the gospel of Jesus that the apostles originally founded, right? Let no one keep defrauding you of your prize by delighting in self-abasement and the worship of the angels, going into detail about visions he has seen, being puffed up for nothing by his fleshly mind. Right? Right. Self-made religion and self-abasement and severe treatment of the body. Right. Don't be fooled. Okay. Don't be fooled. Okay. 3. And we'll start in the 1599 Geneva Bible. If you then be risen with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ sitteth at the right hand of God. Set your affections on things which are above, and not on things which are on the earth. All right, looking out earth. So he calleth that show of religion which he spake of in the former chapter, right? For ye are dead, and your life is hid with Christ in God. When Christ, which is our life, shall appear, then you shall also appear with him in glory. Mortify, therefore, your members which are on the earth, fornication, uncleanness, the inordinate affection, evil, concupiscence, you like that? And covetousness, which is idolatry. For which things' sake the wrath of God cometh on the children of disobedience. For the which things' sake, wow, that's interesting, huh? What's that over here? On account of these things, the wrath of God is coming upon the sons of disobedience. Right. Wherein ye also walked once when ye lived in them. But now put ye away even all these things, wrath, anger, maliciousness, cursed speaking, filthy speaking out of your mouth. Oh. You notice that kind of talk is more and more prevalent now, and they're not even hiding it anymore. Let not one to another, lie not one to another, right? Seeing that ye have put off the old man with his works, and have put on the new, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. Where is neither Grecian nor Jew, circumcision nor uncircumcision, barbarian, Scythian, bond free, but Christ is all and in all things. Now therefore, as the elect of God, holy and beloved, put on the bowels of mercies, those most tender affections, exceeding compassion, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long-suffering, forbearing one another and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel to another, even as Christ forgave, even so do ye. And above all these things put on love, which is the bond of perfectness. And let the peace of God rule in your hearts, to which ye are called in one body, and be ye thankful. Let the Lord of Christ dwell in you plenteously in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing your own selves in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing with the grace in your hearts to the Lord. And whatsoever ye shall do in word or deed, right, do all things in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God, even the Father by him. That's a famous verse right there. Okay, new paragraphs. And this one's hard for some people, right? Wives, submit to unto your husbands as it is comely in the Lord. Husbands, love your wives and be not bitter unto them. Children, obey your parents in all things, for that is well pleasing unto the Lord. Fathers, provoke not your children to anger, lest they be discouraged. Servants, be obedient unto them that are your masters, according to the flesh, in all things, not with eye service as men pleasers, but in singleness of heart, fearing God. And whatever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not to men. That's a very, very famous verse, right? Colossians 3:23. Right? Anything you do, your work, everything. Right? Knowing that the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for ye serve the Lord Christ. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong that he hath done, and there is no respect of persons. Oh, there you go. Two completely different subjects, right? I do put on the new man and family and work, they call it over here. So let's read this, right? Legacy Standard Bible, right? I haven't read this version before, okay? I did some study on it to find out where it came from, and and it's supposed to be one of the most precise word-for-word translations around, right? So, therefore, if you have been raised up with Christ, keep seeking the things above where Christ is, seated at the right hand of God. Set your mind on the things above and not on the things that are on earth. For you died, and your life has been hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is our life, is manifested, then you also will be manifested with him in glory. Therefore, consider the members of your earthly body as dead to sexual immorality, impurity, passion, evil desire, and greed, which is idolatry. On account of these things, the wrath of God is coming upon the sons of disobedience. That's the thing there, right? And in them you also once walked when you were living in them. But now you also lay them all aside, wrath, anger, malice, slander, and abusive speech from your mouth. Do not lie to one another, since you put off the old man with its evil practices, and have put on the new man, who is being renewed to full knowledge according to the image of the one who created him. A renewal in which there is no distinction between Greek and Jew, circumcised and uncircumcised, barbarian, Scythian, slave, and free man, but Christ is all and in all. Right. So, as the elect of God, holy and beloved, put on a heart of compassion, right? Kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience, bearing with one another and graciously forgiving each other, whoever has a complaint against anyone, just as the Lord graciously forgave you, so also should you. Mm-hmm. Above all these things, put on love, which is the perfect bond of unity. And let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, to which indeed you were called in one body, and be thankful. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly with all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another with psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing with gratefulness in your hearts to God. Right? By his grace. And whatever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him. Okay, the next paragraph. Wives, be subject to your husbands as fitting in the Lord. Husbands, love your wives, and do not be embittered against them. Children, obey your parents in all things, for this is pleasing to the Lord. Fathers, do not exasperate your children, so that they will not lose heart. All right. I'm looking over here. For those wives, do not that do not set God and Christ before them in their love, but this philosophy knoweth not. Right? Slaves, in all things obey those who are your masters according to the flesh, not with eyesight as men pleasers, but with integrity of heart, fearing the Lord. Whatever you do, right, work heartily as for the Lord rather than for men. Right? I use that a lot in my work. When I was young, I did a lot of mechanical work and specialist air compressor work and retail work and, all kinds of different jobs, right? All the time trying to be a Christian musician, okay? You had to feed your family, so I was doing everything. And this verse was very important to me, okay? Whatever you do, do your work heartily as for the Lord rather than for men, okay? Knowing that from the Lord you will receive the reward of the inheritance, right? Serve the Lord Christ, for he who does wrong will receive the consequences of the wrong which he has done, and that without partiality, right? Right. So there you go. And that's why, so he's subject to your husband. He goes into great detail about that, okay? And they've elevated women and men to be equal now, okay? Women, the man is is responsible. Okay, the man is responsible. You remember in Genesis when Eve ate the apple and gave it to her husband, did God come up and said, Eve, what have you done? He said, Adam, what have you done? You're responsible for your wife. And he instantly shifted the blame to Eve. Well, that woman you gave me, she gave it to me and I ate it. Wrong. The men are responsible. So, and they've spent 150 years or longer trying to take that responsibility away from men, right? By making them look like idiots and making them look stupid and making the wife appear smarter. Okay? It's supposed to be one. The two shall become one. So, and there's a head. Okay? So, make of that what you will. So, there you go. All right? Catch up on the other two you may have missed. And come back tomorrow and we will continue. See ya.